Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Thursday, June 11th, 2026. The suspect in a kidnapping was arrested, and the victim was rescued in 29 Palms. On May 31st at 7 p.m., San Bernardino County Sheriff's Dispatch received a report of a man attacking a woman near Amboy Road and Lear Avenue in 29 Palms. Morongo Basin Station deputies Jay Vega and El Gonzalez responded and spoke with a witness who said that the suspect violently assaulted an adult woman. The witness told deputies they saw blood on the victim's face and mouth and blood on the suspect's forehead. The witness told deputies that the suspect threw the victim to the ground, grabbed her by the neck, and forcibly placed her into a white Hyundai Sport Utility vehicle before fleeing the area. On June 1st, Deputy Vega said he discovered a white Hyundai SUV parked in the 68,000 block of Amboy Road, approximately a half mile from the reported kidnapping location. Deputy Vega says the windows were shattered and there was blood strewn throughout the interior. Additional deputies responded to the location and found the suspect inside a small recreational vehicle with the victim. Deputies identified the suspect as Victor Navarro, 22, who they identified as a convicted felon. Deputies say a search of the RV and the Hyundai SUV recovered a loaded Glock magazine, ammunition, and clothing matching the description of the suspect. Victor Navarro was arrested on suspicion of kidnapping, false imprisonment, domestic violence, and being a felon in possession of a weapon. He is being held at the West Valley Detention Center on $30,000 bail. A stolen car on fire in Joshua Tree is being investigated as arson. On Tuesday, San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies responded to several calls of a car on fire near the intersection of Border Avenue and Crestview Drive in Joshua Tree. The Sheriff's Department says that a crew from CAL FIRE responded to the scene. After the fire was extinguished, deputies conducted a check on the vehicle. They say it was reported stolen on May 15th. No injuries were reported and no arrests have yet been made. The Sheriff's Department investigation is ongoing. In May of 2025, a group of residents in Joshua Tree entered into a lawsuit with San Bernardino County and the developer behind the Lovemore Ranch project, saying that the proposed development skirted around environmental considerations regarding wastewater treatment and stormwater runoff. Joining us with an update on the case is online news editor Robert Hayden.
The proposed 64-home development in Joshua Tree, known as the Lovemore Ranch, has been sent back to the environmental review process after a decision in a lawsuit against the developer and San Bernardino County. A group of residents calling themselves the Joshua Tree Village Neighbors entered into the lawsuit after they say the developer and the county didn't properly consult with the Regional Water Control Board regarding a proposed wastewater treatment plant planned for the north side of the property. In an order issued by San Bernardino County Superior Court Judge Jeffrey R. Erickson, the court agreed and said that important information about the planned wastewater facility and its environmental impacts was omitted from the environmental review process. The court also found that there wasn't proper stormwater runoff impacts in the environmental review, and after an updated hydrology study determined that water runoff could become a problem after construction, the court says the project's mitigated negative declaration should have been recirculated for public review and comment. The Lovemore Ranch development now cannot move forward until the applicant gets the project reevaluated to identify the deficiencies in the CEQA process. The court has set another date for December. The Joshua Tree Village Neighbors said they'll send out a press release soon through their newsletter channels, and we've reached out to Lovemore Ranch developer Axel Kramer for comment. You can find links to the Joshua Tree Village Neighbors website and newsletter, as well as our previous reporting on the Lovemore Ranch development at this story on Z107.7 FM.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
Joshua Tree National Park is seeking an AmeriCorps Scientists in Parks interpretive assistant to support the park's volunteer program. The 21-week position will facilitate volunteer service projects and community outreach. They'll be in charge of projects such as native plant restoration, trail maintenance, historic preservation, and habitat recovery. A posting for the job says that a major focus will be supporting large-scale native planting areas. Priority will be given to applications submitted by this Sunday. You can find a link to the job description and listing at this story at Z107.7 FM.com. The Landers Homestead Valley Association met earlier this week with a recap. Here's Annalise Kuiper.
Detective Win Sri Sutasanavong from the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department reported that 3 new sergeants who recently joined the Morongo Basin Sheriff's Department have SWAT training. An additional detective has been assigned to the county, which will include the Landers area. San Bernardino County Fire Prevention District Battalion Chief Donnie Valoria reported that out of the 100 or so calls received from the Landers Homestead Valley area, most were medical calls. Marina West reported that operations staff from Bighorn Desert View Water Agency will be working at Landers Elementary School to make a permanent repair, fixing a long-standing leak in front of the school that couldn't be addressed while school was in session because the water needed to be shut off. Landers property owners should have received their ballots by now regarding the Special District's road maintenance property tax increase. Ballots must be returned in the envelope provided by July 6, 2026. The cleanup continues at the Homestead Valley Park on Belfield Boulevard this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. According to Cordelia Reynolds, treasurer of the Landers Association, the park is looking much improved.
At the last meeting, the board voted to add a dog park to the park. So that's what we're going to be doing and focusing on at this cleanup is we already have about half the fencing up, and we're doing it kind of at the front of the park. And our thinking is it's an affordable thing we can do to improve the park. It'll get more people using the park at the front of the park and hopefully more action. So we're doing a dog park.
From June 22 to 26, there will be a summer dance and art camp with Twinkle Toes Dance Company from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at Belfield Hall, 58380 Ricci Road in Landers, ages 5 to 12. $225 for the full week. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kuiper.
Actress and author Sherry Ann Greer came to the Morongo Basin a few years ago after volunteering on stage at Theater 29. She is bringing her original play, Fortress, to the stage. On tomorrow's Z107.7 Up Close show, Greer will talk with host Gary Daigneault about her artistic journey and her unique comical farce. Meet Sherry Ann Greer on the Z107.7 Up Close show tomorrow at 10 a.m. The show is available as a podcast on Friday afternoon. And finally, as a reminder to our community, Z107.7 wants to hear about your events. If you are organizing or hosting an event that's open to the public, we want to know about it. While we focus on promoting free events or events hosted by nonprofit organizations, our news team considers every single event that comes our way for coverage and inclusion in our daily newscast. However, we don't know about your event unless you tell us. Our newscast is only as good as the community that informs it. Z107.7 News asks you to let us know about your event. You can email us at tips@z1077fm.com or swing by the office and drop off a flyer. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.